Sophie Dorothea of Brunswick-Elneberg was born to Duke George William and Eleanor Deal Bruce. She spent her childhood at the court in Celle, where she received a home education in foreign languages, music, and the fundamentals of courtly etiquette. After separating from her husband, Sophia Dorothea was imprisoned in the castle of Alden under strict isolation, where she spent more than 30 years. Her name was deliberately avoided at court, but people remained curious about her fate. The imprisoned princess remained a symbol of broken justice and a victim of dynastic intrigue. Even after her death, she inspired sympathy, and her story became the basis for many novels and plays. Domenico Scarlatti was born in Naples into a musical family. His father, the famous composer Alessandro Scarlatti, became his first mentor. By the age of 16, he had begun his court career. He studied with notable musicians of the time and showed his gift for composition early on. Scarlatti went down in history as one of the greatest harpsichordists and innovators of the Baroque. He composed over 600 sonatas, known for bold harmony and rhythmic richness. His music influenced the development of keyboard technique and inspired generations of performers. He awakened the harpsichord to life, people used to say. Even centuries later, his works remain brilliant gems of the Baroque era. Marguerite of Navarre, sister of King Francis I, was born into the French royal house of Valois. From an early age, she showed interest in science, literature, and philosophy. In her youth, she received an excellent humanist education that shaped her intellectual path. Marguerite became an outstanding writer, patron of the arts, and an important figure in the Reformation in France. Her collection, Heptameron, is considered a masterpiece of the early French Renaissance. She called truth the most beautiful of virtues. In Jean Claude's Portrait with a Parrot, her image combines elegance and intellect, symbols of an era where the word became power. Charles II de Causse, Duke of Brissac, was born into a noble French family. From a young age, he was raised at the royal court, receiving a military education and beginning his service under King Francis I. His lineage was firmly tied to the military and courtly life. Charles became one of the most capable military leaders of his time. He distinguished himself in the Italian wars, commanded the army in Piedmont, and was appointed Marshal of France. He was called the Iron Hand of Francis II. Until his death, he remained a symbol of valor and loyalty. Even among rivals, he earned respect as a man of honor. Vanazza de Catania was born in Rome in the 15th century into a noble, but not wealthy family. Her background gave her access to elite circles, where she drew the attention of powerful men. Vanazza received a decent education, which was rare for women of her class. Vanazza de Catania became known as the mistress of Rodrigo Borgia, the future Pope Alexander VI, and the mother of his children, including Cesare and Lucrezia Borgia. She remained an influential figure even after his rise to the papacy. Through diplomacy and boldness, Vanazza maintained her status and earned respect. Until her death, she supported churches and charitable causes. Pepin the Short was born in the 8th century into the family of the Frankish court's mayor of the palace, Charles Martel. He was educated in the monastic tradition, which was uncommon for the warrior class. From an early age, he showed leadership and was introduced to his father's political world. Pepin the Short became the first king of the Franks from the Carolingian dynasty, gaining papal blessing and strengthening the bond between church and state. His reforms laid the foundation for a strong monarchy. He went down in history as the one who changed power without bloodshed. The name the Short referred to his height, not his importance. His son, Charlemagne, built an empire on that legacy. Henrietta Howard, Countess of Suffolk, was born into a noble but impoverished English family. Orphaned at an early age, she married Charles Howard and later became a lady in waiting to Princess Caroline of Wales, gaining recognition at court. Henrietta Howard became known as the mistress of the future King George II, yet her influence extended beyond personal ties. She supported literary circles and skillfully navigated court politics. Her home became an intellectual salon where words held as much weight as power. Even after her break with the king, she remained respected and independent. Bernardino de Sahagn, a Franciscan friar and scholar, was born in Spain. He received his education at the University of Salamanca, where he studied theology and the humanities. In his youth, he journeyed to the New World as part of a mission to spread Christianity among the peoples of Mesoamerica. In New Spain, Sahagn dedicated his life to studying the Aztec language, customs, and culture. His work, General History of the Things of New Spain, became a priceless source on pre-Columbian Mexico. He wrote, "Truth is what shines through the darkness of error." His contribution is considered foundational in the fields of ethnography and anthropology.